Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by BASF. Visit your local ag retailer about 0% financing on all BASF crop protection, seed treatment, and Zetavo brand soybeans now through March 15th. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. On the barn thermometer, 40 degrees under cloudy skies. It looks like this might be one of the warmest days we've had in some time. Unfortunately, with a little bit of precipitation we've received, also one of the muddiest days in a while. A couple quick calendar reminders. Join Finning Equipment's Planter Clinic tomorrow to boost yield, save money. You can enjoy lunch and see the latest planter technology. Now, this is not your average planter clinic. No registration is required. To learn more, call 419-953-8500 or go to finningequipment.com. Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow during the midday broadcast as we'll have our monthly update from Farm Credit Mid-America. And then coming up on Monday, be sure to check in as we'll be broadcasting from the American Farm Bureau Federation annual meeting. That thanks to Farm to Power. Learn more at farmtopower.org. Taking a quick look at what's trending at ohioagnet.com, the Ohio Forestry Association Foundation has awarded over $12,000 in conservation education grants for 2026, and these grants are generally small scale and designed to assist an organization with funding for activities that align with the mission of the Ohio Forestry Association Foundation. Grant recipients for 2026 are Acres of Adventure in Sycamore, the Holmes County Soil and Water Conservation District, the Northeast and Central Ohio Women-Only Woodlands in Kirtland, the Ohio Chapter Society of American Foresters, that in Summerdale, the Paul Bunyan Show in Old Washington, the Vinton County Soil and Water Conservation District, and Zane Trace FFA. Now, to learn more about grants, the application process, or the foundation, you can visit their website. That is ohioforest.org. Now, also trending at ohioagnet.com, a great article by Brianna Smith dealing with staying safe on the farm this winter. Now, while there's just mud outside today, that winter weather is in the forecast to come back in the next week or so, and these are great tips to keep in mind. We also have our South American update. Ralph Gallo, who's the head of agribusiness and structural operations at A7 Capital, takes a look at the USDA's December WASDE report and also shares what he sees on the ground in South America. You can check out all the details on these stories and more, as well as the latest in markets and weather at ohioagnet.com. Now, speaking of the weather, let's take a look at your Wednesday forecast. Today's update brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Warmer air surging in across Ohio for the rest of this afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that forecast update. We end up way above normal late this afternoon, tomorrow and Friday. Tomorrow starts with good sunshine, clouds increasing late in the day. Rain overnight tomorrow night through Friday. That's round one. More precipitation coming on Saturday with brutal cold air following it. So buckle up, a wild ride, but enjoy the next few days as we warm up. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Fertilizer prices making agriculture headlines once again as average retail fertilizer prices for 5 of the 8 major fertilizers were actually lower than the previous month during the last week of 2025, while prices for the remaining 3 fertilizers were slightly higher, that according to the DTN survey. Now, prices for 2 fertilizers were considerably lower. The average retail price of DAP was down 8% at $847 a ton, while the average price of MAP was down 5% from a month ago at $876 a ton. Now, prices for 3 other nutrients were down slightly. Potash had an average price of $484 a ton, while urea was at $566 a ton for the nationwide average, and UAN 28 was $411 a ton. Prices for the 3 remaining fertilizers they looked at were up slightly from a month ago. 1034O had an average price of $674 a ton, anhydrous ammonia was $867 a ton, and UAN 32 came in at $466 a ton. So if you break that down to a price per pound unit nitrogen basis, the average urea price was 62 cents a pound unit nitrogen, anhydrous came in at 53 cents a pound, UAN 28 was 73 cents a pound, and UAN 32 was 73 cents a pound as well, unit nitrogen. Now, prices for all 8 fertilizers are higher compared to where they were just a year ago. MAP is up by 8%, while potash is 9% higher. 1034O is 10% more expensive, and DAP is up 15%. Urea is 16% higher, with anhydrous 18% more expensive. UAN 28 costs 27% more, and UAN 32 is 28% more expensive than it was a year ago at this time. Let's take a look now at your markets, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. March corn is trading up 2 cents at $4.46. May corn up 2 cents at $4.53 1/4. January soybeans are trading 9.5 cents higher at $10.51 1/2, with March beans up 10.5 cents at $10.66 3/4, and wheat for July, the 26 new crop, up 6 3/4 cents at $5.39 1/2. September wheat's up 6 1/4 at $5.53. Turning to livestock, at the Mercantile Exchange, we find February live cattle down $1.07 1/2, $235.55. February lean hogs are trading 70 cents lower today at $84.97 1/2, and feeder cattle for March down $1.42 1/2, $357.62 1/2. Class 3 milk for February is trading 4 cents lower, $15.20. Well, thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. You're listening to the Ohio AgNet.